Hey everybody, Dave here from Charest Studios, and tonight I'm out here with this beautiful apple tree, and we have a bumper crop of apples this year. I'll take you guys around and show you this tree, how loaded it is. The branches are just like hanging down low with fruit, and I certainly want to take advantage of preserving some of this harvest as much as I can. And mostly I'll be dehydrating it. In fact, I'll be probably dehydrating it as much as I can. I may freeze a little bit of the apples for pies and stuff, but mostly I like to dehydrate them to use in snacks and stuff. But you can also eat them as a snack, but you can also bake with them, put them in your breads and your muffins and stuff. Just chop them up and put them in there, and they're great. These apples, I'm not sure, it's an old variety, probably an heirloom. There were trees around the neighborhood like this, and they're a sweet green apple, and they're but you can see I don't spray anything, and I don't have any worms or anything, but I do have this like a black kind of a mold on it. I forget, somebody told me what it was. It's a black mold or a black fungus, but anyway, perfectly good. You could just scrub that off or peel them. In my case, my wife's going to help me, and she's going to peel them, and I'm going to slice them, and we're going to load up. We're going to get the dehydrator started. Probably start with some of the ones that are on the ground. We have two other apple trees as well besides this one. So yeah, I'm getting the second dehydrator, and I'll let you guys know what I'm getting. And I'm looking at a few, and I'm kind of trying to get something in a low budget, but with the biggest capacity and 10 trays that I can, and even stainless steel if possible, all stainless. Anyway, I'll let you guys know how I make out with that. I have a couple that I'm looking at, and let you know how they do. But for now, we're just doing, I got my old Presto Dehydro and 10 trays on that, and it's a round unit. Some of you guys have seen it. But I'll show you when we get these all ready. We'll be loading that up, and they probably take about 24 hours is my guess at 125. But I gotta see. We'll see. But I think that's my guess where they'll be. It depends how thick you make them and the humidity, temperature, a lot of stuff involved. But generally, I'd say about 24 hours. And yeah, so I'll pick a bunch of these after dinner, and I'll show you guys. We're gonna process them out on the picnic table. Just she's gonna peel them, and then I'll slice them up. And I'll probably get the mandolin slicer, although you got to be very careful, because last time I used the mandolin slicer, we ended up in the emergency room with stitches. So if you use them, guys, don't ever attempt to use them without the guard. There's like a handle that holds the fruit. Sometimes you think you're fine because you got a long, bit of fruit there before you get to your fingertips. But anyway, even cleaning them, you have to be very careful. Those blades are very sharp on the mandolin slicers, so be careful. And of course, you can always cut these with a knife, just trying to get them as even as possible, and that will work fine. You just might have some that are dried a little sooner than others, because you'll never get them that close to consistently the same size. So the mandolin is good for that, because it'll be very fast and very accurate as far as keeping them all the same, so your dry time will be the same. So look at all these apples. This thing is loaded. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I haven't seen an apple year this good on this tree since we've been here, probably 13 years almost. So definitely gonna have a lot of work getting all these ready. I'm just taking you around a little bit. And this tree, I didn't even get to my pruning this spring. I did a little bit, but that helps your fruit production a lot. But this thing is just loaded, and this branch is really low, almost to the ground, because it's just so much fruit on it. I don't know, guys, if this is suggesting a hard winter here in New England, or it's just because we've just had such a rainy summer here. we just had the 2 hurricanes passing through, and so they definitely gave us a lot of rain. So I'm going to take you underneath here, and you can see this side of the tree hadn't been pruned in a long time, so there's not as much fruit on this side here. But that side, it's funny, where I did get to prune it more, it's really loaded up. Now I'm going to show you, there's BB, who is rubbing on the tripod. He seems to always want to get involved when I'm doing videos outside. So you guys, some of you guys who follow the channel are used to seeing Mr. BB. Hey buddy. He's a wonderful cat. Anyway guys, so you can see I'll be busy for a while getting these apples. Okay, so we're getting ready to process these apples. The other day, when I thought we were going to do it, we were just too tired, so it's good time now. It's Saturday morning, and my wife is going to help me. But I wanted to show you guys this this cool thing here. This is an apple corer. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to core these apples. And basically you just push down right through, and then you pull it out, and then you got your core in here. And it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And then you can pull that out. And then she's going to peel them for me, and I'm going to get the mandolin out. And you can use these end slices, but I'm going to just clean that up, and then she could peel these down, and then I'll get the mandolin out, and we'll slice them about 1/4 inch thick. And then we're going to load these trays here are for the Presto Dehydro, and we'll be drying them at 125. So I'm gonna get my wife set up here, and she's gonna get peeling, and I'll get the mandolin, and we'll show you how it goes. So this is my wife, Anne Marie, and she's gonna be getting them ready for me, and then I'm gonna get that mandolin. I got a really nice mandolin slicer, and I'll show you how that goes. I'm going to warn you guys that if you do use a mandolin slicer, never use it without the guard. I learned the hard way. And then when we got back from the emergency room, or the primary care place, and they stitched me up, I came home and went to wash it and got cut again, almost as bad as the first one. But anyway, I'm going to be very careful. She's hesitant to let me use it, but I'm going to be very, very careful and use all the proper precautions, and we'll be fine. So guys, yeah, we're going to get these going. We're going to stack up. I don't know how many trays we'll get. I picked mostly the drops. You can see these apples. They have that black mold on them. This is a green variety. I'm not sure. It's an old heirloom. And we also have some Red Delicious here that were drops, you know, so we have to kind of cut around. We're going to have to kind of cut around on these. I see a couple wormholes, but we'll get what we can, and definitely want to get this harvest, preserve as much of this harvest as we can. Okay, so she's got some apples ready, and this is my mandolin slicer. I have never used this one before. It's a very good one. So I'm going to adjust my blade, which is by a little knob down here. It lowers the sliding plate so that you can adjust it to any thickness you want. So I'm going to go for about 1/4 inch, and I'll just grab one of these apples that my wonderful wife got ready for me, and like I said, never use it without, they all come with some kind of guard. This one has a guard with, there's an arrow on it that shows you which way it's going to go. We're getting there, guys. So I'm getting the hang of this thing. There's not much prongs on this slider, so you really got to push down hard. Otherwise it just doesn't work. And that last piece That last piece gets stuck sometimes, so I cut this part off. Pull it through from the back. Then you've got your nice little slices right on the tray. And I just rearrange them. But we're doing pretty good. We got them almost all done. We've got all these trays over here. So we got about 8 of them. 8 of them almost done. Okay, so we got all our 10 trays of our dehydrator full, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to put some cinnamon on 2 of the trays, on the top 2 trays. These apples are starting to turn brown. You can use lemon juice to kind of help that, from happening. And I think someone said citric acid you can buy. But I don't worry about the little bit of browning, and especially if you're putting cinnamon on them. Anyway, guys, we'll get these drying, and I'll show you what they come out like. So I had all the apples going probably for about 7 hours yesterday, and they were pretty much done last night, but I unplugged it for the night just because that's what I do. And then this morning, they were done yesterday, like I say, but I don't dry them until they're crunchy hard. There's still a little bit of pliableness to them. You want to try one, then?
Yeah.
The house smelled awesome. It was smelled like apple pie in here when we got home yesterday after running it for 7 hours.
Yeah, this is just like apple pie.
That's a cinnamon one,
without
right?
the crust, yeah.
Yeah, so I did 2 trays with cinnamon, and it makes it a little messier. The tray's got to be cleaned a little bit more, but it's good either way. They're very tasty. And now I'll store these. If I was going to go long term, I'd probably store them in a mason jar, but they're not going to be around too long. So we're going to, we'll just let them cool down to room temperature, and then we'll put them in a Ziploc bag. So there's our harvest from our 10 trays. Of course, we probably ate about 3 trays worth, just snacking on them as they were, last night and this morning as they were done. And I just mixed the cinnamon ones in with the regular ones. And yeah, I'm hoping to just keep reloading this thing. So this is the Presto Dehydro. There's a link to my Amazon affiliate page where you can find this dehydrator and also some of my other wish list ones. And also, I mentioned it in another video, but I'm going to be getting another dehydrator by Rovesun, and it looked like a really good deal, so I'll show you guys with that, because dehydrating is a great way to save that harvest, but also as things get more and more expensive, if you can get things on sale and dehydrate them and save them for later. Dehydrated foods last so long, and they, the flavors are magnified, so it's really, really nice to add to your recipes, or just to enjoy as snacks. And we'll be experimenting with a bunch of different dehydrated snack recipes and stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.